your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
That's Chris Snead. I'm Chois Woodman. And for Chuck and Jamie this morning, Jeff McGuire in his normal spot, making sure this ship is not completely rudderless.
I actually bothered Chuck on his vacation yesterday.
Did you now?
Yeah, quite the accident. I was calling him to see because I knew
You didn't just open the schedule and see who you were on with?
No. I said, you and me tomorrow, right? He goes, nope. He says, I'm going to be on the beach.
Leave me alone,
I'm not doing anything, and I ain't starting that till about 11 o'clock. I was like,
I also interrupted his vacation for a quick phone call. I thought he was here Monday. Thought he was just gone Friday. And I needed to tell him about some changes to the Monday schedule, thinking it was the host. And as soon as XYZ is going on, so I'm not going to be there. He's like, okay, well, I'm not there either. I was like, you're on vacation. And I said a word I'm not allowed to say on the radio.
I'll say it.
And apologized and said, ignore this phone call.
We will talk some more SEC, but I want to read a few more thoughts from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Charlie says, good morning, fellas. Red Raider Charlie here. Y'all are buttoned up. Say what? Fellas, has a real preseason college football poll come out yet? If so, where is Texas Tech? Also, how are you, Chris Snead?
I'm fine. I'm doing wonderful, actually. It is I think we're in the mode of getting those out. The first couple of these will be out soon.
I think I saw early August for the AP poll. So
I would bet Tech will probably. I'm going to call it 8th.
Okay, I think you're a little high.
You think you're a little high? You think that
I'm not? I'm not trying to say you're high or anything, but
hey, man.
I think because teams will say if you would have had Brendan Sorsby, I think you'd have been a top 10 team. I think you'll get bumped about 4 spots from that, somewhere around 11.
And you know what? Think about this. Think about where Tech started last year.
Outside of the poll.
Yeah, and you finished.
I don't think you were a top 25 team, were you?
Preseason. I think you were like 26, 27.
I think it was right. I think it was 26 maybe on the.
But I mean, you quickly got your way in there, and when you got in there, you went meteoric.
Yeah, because I think you weren't in the poll initially, and then you were around 20th when you went to Utah.
Yeah, and then
they were 19th,
and you won at Utah, and they put a rocket on you.
Yeah,
and
so those things obviously matter, but they don't matter. I mean,
I believe the narrative was that was the test. That's where Texas Tech was going to get their comeuppance, and that's where they were going to be shown. You're going to be the same middling team that we all thought you were.
Yeah. So let's see. Last year's preseason poll had Texas Tech
not in the top 25. You did not get ranked until week 2 with Arkansas Pine Bluff. Last year.
Yeah.
You were 24th.
Okay. I think you were a preseason top 25 coaches poll team. I think one of them you did get ranked in, but it was not the AP. But point still stands. You'll be ranked quite a bit higher than you were in the preseason last year.
Why don't we just do this? 8 to 12 range.
Somewhere in there. I think it could be as low as – I think 8's probably about the ceiling for where this team would be preseason. I think maybe 13 would be the
And, I mean, the AP voters, those who have been paying attention, all they've heard about Texas Tech is they don't have the superstar quarterback that they thought they were going to have. And they're going to be lazy once again and forget that the guy that they brought the superstar quarterback in was replacing a guy that was pretty good in his own right.
But injured.
And now
apparently not injured because Joe McGuire said over the weekend once again at the Coaches Association that Will Hammond will be ready for week 1. I don't think he said might be or waiting on it. I think in this one he said will be. So I saw that correctly. So we'll see.
Same coach that said that there was a quarterback battle 2 years ago.
And we knew there wasn't.
I don't think you speak firmly on injuries unless you're.
Well, here's the scenario's different now.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're trying to establish the fact that regardless of Brennan Sorsby here or not, we got a pretty good quarterback that'll be there week 1.
Yeah. You're trying to speak some confidence also into a sophomore.
Pretty good sophomore.
He's a good sophomore. I think there's been inconsistency.
Oh, yeah.
Every snap we've seen from Will Hammond up to this point has been freshman snaps.
I mean, well, think about this. You know, we booed one of the guys we put on the stadium when he was a sophomore.
Oh, I remember it.
Oh, I mean, he was also at one point telling us we're number 1.
Twice.
I was about to say 2 times over.
Twice.
With both hands.
Twice.
Both hands. I mean, there were some Chris Todd chants in there as well.
That's where that moment speaks to why I think we as fans just need to shut up and watch the game, because there were many people calling for Chris Todd.
Yeah.
Does anyone know where Chris Todd is these days?
Student section. That's a good question.
Proud alumni of Texas Tech University.
Well, where did he transfer to?
Did he transfer?
Auburn.
No. So we had.
He transferred to Auburn.
Was that right? Jacob Karam, remember he was the next backup. I think he transferred to Memphis.
I worked for one of his games at Memphis.
Okay, so Karam was the backup, I think, the junior year, I think his junior year, and he transferred to Memphis. And that was transferring before transferring was popular. And then Todd went to Auburn?
I believe Chris Todd went to Auburn and didn't pee a drop there either.
Oh, he had 2 first names.
Todd.
Texter here says, after the Women's College World Series loss, I kind of lost all interest in sports. Then I got interested in FIFA soccer. Also focusing on AL West baseball now, getting back to normal.
Yeah, it's 4th of July hits and All-Star break hits. That's when I really start to dial in the Rangers. So as long as they're within 5 or 6 games of first place, the rest of the way, I'll stay in tune and keeping up. And
we'll talk more SEC on the other side of this day in sports history. That's coming up next. It's the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Glad to be with you on this Wednesday. He's Chris Snead. I'm Chois Woodman. It's the Morning Drive. And we kick it over to Jeff for this day in sports history.
As they would tell you in Wyoming,
I lied.
Wrong by some breath. Thank you, Choice.
I forget. Snead does it when he's here.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you to the Academy. Today is July 22nd, 22nd, the year of our Lord 2026. Do you know what that means, Choice?
The Mayans were wrong.
The Mayans were wrong, Choice. We're all going to make it.
Sorry.
Been running that joke since 2012.
2012, yeah.
If not before.
Well, 2012 was the
Mayans said we were all going to die on like December 12th, 2012, something like that.
Okay.
Well, we're all here. So, I hold in my currently nicotine-stained fingers today's... Sorry. On this day, Choice.
Yeah.
1923, Washington Senators pitcher Walter Johnson is the first to reach 3,000 career strikeouts. He records 5 in a 3-1 win over the Cleveland Indians. Not the Guardians, not the Spiders, the Indians. He finishes his career with 3,508 strikeouts, well behind Nolan Ryan. Slacker.
All-time leader at the time, though.
I mean, set a record, man. Come on. What are we doing? 3,508? That's it?
That's it.
What are we doing here? 1962, Choice. The Chicago White Sox outfielder Floyd Robinson goes 6 for 6. All singles.
Okay.
In a White Sox defeat of the Boston Red Sox 7-3 at Fenway Park.
Let's go White Sox. Not tonight, though.
Pale hose.
Sorry.
1997, Choice.
Hey.
Braves pitcher Greg Maddux throws a complete game with just 78 pitches and a 4-1 win over the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. I'm sure he was getting probably 2.5 balls off the outside corner. Nobody was complaining about ABS then.
Whoa.
Greg Maddux.
No, he was getting 2.5 balls outside.
Routinely getting 2.5 balls off the outside.
Saying the umpire may have missed a call.
No, I'm saying the umpires gave him a bigger strike zone than everybody else. Him and Tom Glavine and Randy Johnson, guys like that, got a bigger strike zone.
Is superstar treatment real?
And no one was complaining about ABS back then.
Okay.
I'm just saying. 2015, former Red Raider A.J. Ramos gets his 16th save in a 5-3 win over the Marlins win over the Diamondbacks. Expansion on expansion violence.
Okay.
They didn't come in together, though. Do you know who they came in with, the Marlins?
The Rockies.
That's right. I'm
not as dumb as I look. Keep going. Don't even react.
July 22nd, it's National Chocolate Eclair Day. What are you following the eclair?
I got one in New York over the weekend. So saw one at a bakery. I'm like, the daughter wanted to try a cannoli. She never had
cannoli.
So she had a cannoli. I'm like, that eclair looks pretty good.
Okay.
So,
was it satisfying?
It was satisfying.
You liked it? All right. Okay. You like what you had?
I didn't finish it because I had too much for dinner. That was the dessert.
Oh, okay.
But it was still good.
It's National Onion Rings Day. Where do you fall on the onion ring?
There's a high ceiling and a low floor with the onion ring. You can get bad onion rings, but you can get great onion rings. So I'm in when they're good.
I am more of an onion string guy.
Oh, love the
and
onion strings.
I am not of the actual when the onion rings are big and thick. I am not of that ilk.
You're not a big and thick guy, huh?
Big and thick guy. Horse name?
Sure.
Born on this day, former Red Raider basketball player Nick Okori.
Okay.
Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
How old do you think he is? Playing in Europe still.
Okay, so Okori would have been right around the end of the Pat era.
Yeah.
So I've played pickup ball with Okori.
So how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 36, but I think he was slightly older than me, so he's probably I'm 35. I don't remember how old I am. I'd say he's 38.
He is 38.
Okay.
Congratulations. All right. Born on this day, Selena Gomez.
She's 35.
34. Born on this day, David Spade.
He's older. God, he's got to be creeping on 50. 49.
62.
He's got to be creeping on 62.
Born on this day, Willem Dafoe.
Yes. 70.
71.
71.
Born on this day, I'm surprised he made it to this age, Shawn Michaels.
I don't even have a clue.
61.
Okay.
I'm surprised he made it to 50.
That's
40.
a hard 61.
Yeah. You know, they say some guys live a slow 80 and a fast 40. That guy lived a fast 40. Born on this day, a guy who I have sat next to at an airport, Danny Glover.
He is now way officially getting too old for this stuff.
Yeah.
Why did you sit next to him in an airport?
Me and Oscar were flying back from an arena game in Atlanta, Georgia, and we were at a food court, and he was sitting right next to us, and he got up and left right when we got there. And Oscar realized that he wanted to go chase him and get a picture with him, and I said, no, we got to go catch our flight.
I guess the better question is, why is Danny Glover flying commercial? Or was he?
He was flying commercial. Yeah.
Not everyone has a private jet choice.
Okay, I just figured that Danny Glover would have been celebrity
I know
enough.
you have a helicopter to take you to the Lubbock
Wouldn't
International
you think
Airport.
he's celebrity enough to be flying
Plenty
commercial?
of celebrities will fly commercial.
I know.
And I didn't recognize him. It was Oscar that recognized him. And then he got sad because I wouldn't let him go. Because Oscar was willing to miss his plane to go get a picture with Danny Glover. And I was not.
He might be worth it.
No, he's not.
I mean, he's the manager in Angels in the outfield.
Is that where you're going?
I knew that would bother you enough, so that's why I went with that.
That's, of all those movies, that's where you're going to go.
Sure.
I mean, I even have a hard time going with Roger Murtaugh, even though that's probably his most iconic film.
Then who would you go with?
I would go Color Purple, that iconic role where he played Whoopi's. Whoopi's. I don't even know what he was. What do you call her? Him in that movie.
What do you call?
But that was his. I think that was his best role.
Oh, how old was he? He was
80.
Is he really?
Yes.
Wow.
Born on this day, Ezekiel Elliott. We'll go ahead and just say he's 31. All right. Dead on this day, still dead, Lloyd Warner, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, center fielder, 10-time 300 hitter for the Pirates. Pittsburgh. He dies of emphysema at age 76. And on this day, 1934, outside Chicago's Biograph Theater, notorious criminal John Dillinger, America's public enemy number one, is killed in a hail of bullets fired by federal agents. In a fiery bank robbing career that lasted just over a year, Dillinger and his associates robbed 11 banks for more than $300,000. And they broke jail, narrowly escaped capture multiple times, and killed 7 police officers and 3 federal agents. I'm not going to say rest in peace. The guy was a public nuisance in 1934.
All right. I don't know if you said, and that is...
And that
okay.
is this day in sports history.
I was waiting on it.
I mean, you got to wait. It's a dramatic pause.
I was pretty pregnant. All right, back to the Yates Flooring Center chat line for a moment. Choice, are you finally out of vacation days? No.
He still has to call up Jamie and ask for more days while he's on vacation.
While I'm on vacation.
That's like that. That's when you know the summer's at an end, when Choice calls up Jamie and says, "Hey, can I get 1 or 2 more days?"
I actually thought about it, just like as a joke this time, but Jamie's been juggling schedules quite a bit lately. I thought, yeah.
And I had to make him juggle on Monday thanks to American Airlines.
I probably better not this time. But, all right, more from you, more SEC talk. At some point we'll get to a list of best sports nicknames. And
Nick O'Corey.
That's his real name.
But you said nicknames.
No. Well, you say the dad jokes to the professionals.
I mean, stuff writes itself, man.
It's the morning drive on Double T 97.3.
Taylor Potts nickname?
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Alongside Chris Snead, I'm Chois Woodman. The fill-ins for the morning drive on Double T 97.3. I mean, you're an OG, so you're not really a fill-in. You're just a... What is the phrase for coming out of retirement, I guess?
Coming off the bench?
Coming off the bench, yeah. That's still a fill-in.
Day one I sat in this chair.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes,
you're an OG.
in this chair.
That chair didn't come into existence till about 6 years ago.
No, these chairs are much nicer than
this side of the table.
That I will agree with.
Okay,
not that
I sat. This is me right here, and Gus was at. Yes,
this desk is a little nicer than what you originally had.
No, this is the desk we had.
Desk.
We had this desk.
That was the desk from the old building.
I promise you.
I know, but this was not the original desk. I remember when we redid. This was from the
you know
TV
what? He's
station.
right.
This came in when we remodeled over there. I remember.
We did get a new desk because the other one was a little bit more square.
I haven't been around as long as y'all, but I've been around a minute or two. Yeah,
but I still sat on this side.
This was not our original desk.
This is a secondary desk.
Or a square, a rectangle desk.
Because the other one,
a long square.
The other one didn't have these jobs.
Correct. Yeah, this was the TV trash desk. They were getting rid of this desk over there for TV, so when they remodeled, and we took this one over.
Yeah, when we had
someone's got a picture of the original. I have a video of Bob Knight flipping off the camera one time. I think that was at the old desk. I'll have to dig that up.
Oh, wow.
He was on Thedford Nashby. It wasn't actually the camera. He was on Thedford Nashby. There was someone walking by in the hallway, and he went bird up on camera. That was good old Bob Knight. Where are we? Summertime. That's where we're at.
Summertime.
You got a favorite summertime song?
Summertime by Will Smith.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to go that or Mungo Jerry.
No.
In the summertime.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No.
Or I kind of thought you might go Kenny Chesney.
Summertime.
Figured you might be
It's a smile. It's a kiss.
Does that ever make it in the rotation?
It's summertime. No, I'm not. That's not a karaoke song for me.
Not you.
Although we found a karaoke joint in San Francisco that opened at 4 p.m. in the afternoon and stayed open until 3 a.m.
That sounds interesting.
And Sue and I were there from 6 to 9 p.m. And let me tell you, the clientele.
A little different in San Fran.
A little different. But you know what? They appreciated some Cody Johnson. Just the same.
Okay.
And some Tim McGraw. I dropped some Tim McGraw on them, and they were loving it.
Touring all over the world.
This is the first time I ever had bubbles from a bubble machine play. Well, yeah.
Bubbles, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The Southeastern Conference.
The SEC.
They are talking about exiting the NCAA. This is the big story that's coming out of SEC Media Days. First, I want to make fun before we even get to that. You mentioned you mentioned Missouri, scared of Missouri. Did you see what Eli Drinkowitz said?
I heard he said something that made it everyone.
SEC
he took a shot at the Big Ten or something like that?
Well, he said part of the reason the Big Ten has won the last 3 national titles, this is where we get into excuse territory, which he's not the one that needs to be saying this. But part of the reason the last 3 national titles have gone to the Big Ten, he says, when you don't play a non-conference automatic 4 game. So Power 4 teams in the non-conference. Most in the Big Ten do play that. I don't think they have a requirement. I don't guess. Here's what the SEC has had. Check your own closet. Remember, for skeletons, check your own closet before you do this. The SEC, up until this year, has played 4
3 in the beginning,
non-conference games,
and then the rolling tomato can game at the end of the year.
Here was Missouri's schedule last year in the non-conference, just to open some. Central Arkansas.
Go Bears.
Purple, right?
Purple Bears.
They get the purple and gray field.
Yeah.
Fighting Dennis Rodman's. Isn't that where he went?
He went to Central Arkansas. Yeah.
Kansas.
No. Fighting Scottie Pippins.
Why did I say Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman went to like Northwest Oklahoma State.
You're correct. Yeah. You're right. It was Pippen. Okay, so Central Arkansas, Kansas. That's about as big of a whop as you can find in Power 4. Louisiana.
Raging Cajuns.
And Massachusetts. That was the 4 that
Minutemen.
Eli Drinkowitz is talking about. It's like, well, they don't play a tough non-conference schedule up there in the Big Ten. There's a lot of Big Ten teams that would love to play that non-conference schedule because it would be simple. And again, Skeleton's Closet, I know what Texas Tech's non-conference schedule looks like.
We're not throwing stones at the Big Ten, though.
But I'm not throwing stones at the Big Ten. I'm throwing stones
Nobody over there at
Drinkowitz.
No one over there at 4th and Marshall Sharp is throwing any stones.
Correct. That was all towards Eli Drinkowitz.
Our stones are nice and neat in a little pile.
Yeah.
And we go, look, these are our stones. We will keep them.
Yes.
Thank you.
You ever have any polished stones? Do any rock polishing in your day?
Rock polishing?
Are you serious? You don't know what rock polishing is?
I'm not familiar with the activity.
It does not shock me that Chris has never done it.
My middle child, actually, Chris is like the perfect type of person that I could see having that as a hobby.
What?
Rock polishing. It's actually pretty cool.
I'm assuming what are you talking about? Gets a can of Pledge out and just
no. There's
you put
like
them in
a tumbler.
You put it in a tumbler that's got a what's the word I'm looking for?
You put a mixture,
aggregate that's in it that it rolls for like months,
and then it will take.
And then when you pull them out, they look like gemstones.
They turn really shiny.
So it takes months for this to happen.
Yes.
And you think I would be patient enough for that?
Oh, you don't have to do a lot.
I am Captain Instant Gratification. I am order from the clown mouth and hand me food out the window. I ain't waiting months for nothing.
Okay. So I just need to get Elijah to sell you some finished stones.
Yes. He would probably think stones are cool.
I'm more likely to go down to the farmer's market, find the person that spent the months doing that, give that person $26 and get my polished stone.
They can look really cool, like legitimately.
I would love. I've never been apprised
So
of.
like here's like some regular stones,
Oh,
what
I've
you
seen
can
some
do
of
to
those.
it.
I've
Yeah,
seen
you
some of those.
you just turn it from. But then there's ones that you can make. Yeah, really,
I don't have the patience for that, my friend.
really awesome.
No, that is not something that I'm. Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah, I am. I'm like I'll order something from Amazon, and I hope that my doorbell rings that afternoon for the Amazon guy to drop it off to me.
Fair enough. Anyway, how did we get there? I don't even have a clue. I said stones.
Because we have a pile of stones that we're keeping.
Yeah, our
We're
stones.
not throwing any.
Yeah, we're not throwing stones at the Big Ten.
Stones. So we will get to the SEC coming up after our question of the day. I know.
We've been saying that.
I keep
for
kicking the
4
can.
segments. We've been saying that.
I'm kicking the can, man.
We started off. We had
promise.
a great conversation about this at 7:04.
I know, but
6:04. And
all right.
since then, we've been talking about having another conversation about it.
Off the Yates Flooring Center chat line, Chris Snead doesn't have the patience for microwave popcorn.
You're right. Hey, 4 minutes. That's 3 minutes too long for me, man. Come on, let's go.
Also got a polished stones horse name. Okay. So we got. I promise we will get to the SEC first. Snead will have a question of the day for us.
Yes,
I think.
All right. I do have a question of the day.
It might be SEC.
I
related.
have a great question of the day coming right up.
We'll have that coming up next. This is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3, presented today by someone not named Jamie, is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, Choice. Jamie, I have one simple question. Can we talk about the SEC?
Choice and Jeff, not Jamie.
Ooh, Choice, Jeff. Sorry. Can we talk about the SEC? That's the question.
We're allowed to, yes.
Yes. So let's talk about the SEC. That was the question. Let's go.
That was your question?
That was the question.
All right. That was not, the question I was expecting. You said it was a good question.
This is a good question, and we're no longer messing around with this. We're just going to talk about the SEC now. So, can we talk about the SEC? The answer is yes.
So, the Southeastern Conference.
Messing around with a sponsored section of the show.
It's a question of the day. Did I not ask a question?
I'll ask the question that goes with this.
Thank you, Choice.
The Southeastern Conference is pushing out in the media intentionally that they would like to explore the option of leaving the NCAA. Part of this, according to the report by Heather Dinich, has to do with Texas Tech. What happened with Texas Tech this offseason, the fact that the NCAA cannot enforce their own rules, is what they're citing as part of this, is they want to get their own antitrust laws backing and break away from the NCAA.
Hold up, right there. Can I? Before I'm gonna
get to the question. Sure.
Yeah. Interrupting hippopotamus has a question. Okay. Does the SEC, with a straight face, have the audacity to say because Texas Tech had a guy sue for an injunction, when in the same calendar year Alabama had a guy sue and get a Tuscaloosa judge to grant him an injunction.
Tuscaloosa judge, not when this wasn't a Lubbock judge, yeah.
And that guy actually played 6 games for Alabama.
Yes, they do because it's.
And they have with a straight face the audacity to say because of Texas Tech and the NCAA not being able to enforce its own rules. Now go ahead and say that. I just wanted to put that out there.
My question is, what would it take for this to actually happen? What do you believe it would take for the SEC to actually separate? Because I think right now they want to do this, but I don't think it can be done as things currently sit.
They need a willing television partner. That's all they need. And a positive vote of its 18 members. 16 members.
That's like 16, right? I think the Big Ten has 18 now.
Yeah. That's all they need. If they have a willing television partner and a positive vote of their membership, which they'll get, and the financial dollars make sense for them, then yeah, that's all they need, and they could break away. Now, this is great for football. This is great for basketball. You know who it's not great for?
Every other
tennis,
yeah,
golf, because at some point in time, those teams are going to want to play somebody other than SEC teams, and baseball is going to want to play somebody other than.
Well, I think the talk is that the SEC football would break away on their own. It would become its own entity.
But here's the problem. What happened when Texas Tech started saying, we're going to do this? People started saying, we're not going to play Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. If the SEC breaks away in football only, you know what the rest of the world says? Yeah, we're not going to play you in anything else either. And if the rest of the college football world, the college athletic world says, we're not going to play you in anything else.
Yes.
In anything else.
I think you're right. I think that's what it would take. And I think the arrogance of SEC football believes we can survive on our own with the 16 teams we have.
Mm-hmm.
I think the arrogance is there. Anyway, Jeff, what do you think it would take to get to this point?
I mean, Chris is right. They've got to have a TV partner to make it feasible. They've got to all have the vote going. This is saber rattling. They probably already have all of that today if they wanted it.
They're just trying to get more thrown their way. That's it.
I think eventually we do get where football is separated from the NCAA. I don't think we get where it's the SEC only. And that's where I think it's not
it's
real.
not. It's.
I think it has to be some super conference or the combination of a super conference with the SEC and the Big Ten.
I think it's closer to the 80-team breakaway, and where you go from, it goes to a CFP division, and then you have a FBS division, and then you have an FCS division. Those teams that break away are the only ones eligible for the CFP, and that group of six league. Those teams, you guys go in and you play the bowl games. The CFP teams only go and play into the playoff. And that 80 teams break away, the top 24, top 16 go into a playoff scenario. And they use their whatever formats, home and home, whatever, bowl games, Rose Bowls, things like that. But if I'm the group of six,
mm-hmm.
I quit this charade of trying to ask for table scraps. The best team out of these six conferences gets to go in there and be the one that gets pummeled by the 5 seed, on the road as a 12 seed or an 11 seed. Why not just say, guys, let's play our own deal. We got all these bowls. We can play our own playoff. Why can't we have a championship too? You know why they don't want to do that? Because they don't want to become 1AA.
Yep.
And that's what they're all afraid of, is that, we'll become 1AA. Well, maybe you will, maybe you won't. But, 6 conferences fighting for one guaranteed slot, and then hoping that Miami beats Duke and Duke beats Virginia Tech and all kinds of other stuff, so that knocks somebody out and then a second slot becomes available because a guaranteed conference champion doesn't get in. That's a terrible way to run a railroad. But that's where we are right now.
The SEC can't do this on their own.
Nope, they can't.
16 isn't enough teams to do this on their own.
32 is really not either.
But then you get into the postseason aspect. So we're just going to have an SEC champion that's a national champion, air quotes there.
Yeah.
No.
And why do these 16 teams get to be the national?
So we're just going to take our ball and go home because you haven't won a national championship in 3 years?
Yep.
4 years? Yeah.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
It is the Power Hour, part of the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3 and the Double T 97.3 mobile app, TV, Fox 34 News Now, DoubleTSportsNetwork.com. However you're taking us in, we thank you for making us part of your Wednesday morning. Christopher Snead sits to my right in place of Jamie today. I'm Chois Woodman in for Chuck. Jeff McGuire in his normal spot. You can join the conversation. We'd love you to. As many of you have. Lots of opinions, comments, queries there on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Whatever you got, bring it in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that Double T 97.3 mobile app. We're with you for another hour or so. We'll get into polished rocks, sports nicknames, whatever you want to talk about. It's welcome. Part of the Power Hour on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. First question on the chat line says, I missed what happened with Josh Young last night. Unfortunately, he exited the game with with calf tightness, which is not good because he's already dealt with calf issues.
Yeah. I am, and I get it. I am dealing with some calf tightness right now.
Let me rub it out for you.
You want to rephrase that?
This is the Power Hour.
Please.
you want to rephrase that, please?
Do you want a massage? I don't know. So, Josh Young, he's had so many of these calf issues. I hope this is.
He went first to third on the play.
Yeah.
Kind of jogged into third at the end. There was no throw.
Yeah.
So you could kind of make the case that there was no throw, so he wasn't running hard. But they pulled him after that as precaution. Josh says he hopes to play tonight. It's just being careful.
Yeah. I mean, mine is.
I hope so.
Yeah. We did some sprints and my calf kind of tightened up on me a little bit. But I mean, I'm not a finely tuned athlete, like Josh Young.
You look like it. All right. So that's what happened with Josh Young. Back to the Yates Flooring Center chat. I'm going to play some catch up here because I've been neglecting it unintentionally.
Are we going to play mustard later too?
We could.
Play what?
Are we going to play mustard later? We're playing catch up now.
Oh.
What is the basis of all this choice is independently wealthy talk? It's
he is.
The fact that he's got a mansion, a compound.
Okay.
He's got 16 vehicles. I mean,
all of that is fabricated.
That is not fabricated. You have the prettiest truck in the parking lot, and when your truck's not there, you roll up in that beautiful Bronco of yours.
Hey,
Jeff has the prettiest truck.
my truck is gorgeous. Thank you very much.
Hey, no, the reality is our boy Jeff Haxton a long time ago created this fake reality.
Do you or do you not live in a compound?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Is there not
Woodman
a metal
Estates
gate?
There is not a metal gate. There is no metal
They
gate.
took out the metal gate?
There has never been a metal
There's
gate.
been a metal gate there.
There's an arch, but no metal gate. Nothing like that. No, I do not live in a compound.
Listen,
a
all of
compound
that
implies like
there's so much about this that is not true.
David type of
But
stuff.
the lazy river really around the property is the final straw there.
it's so funny because it's fake. Snead, thank you for confirming that 4 p.m. is in the afternoon.
Well, for some people, 4 p.m. is morning.
Dennis Rodman was a savage of southeastern Oklahoma State.
Yeah. I know it was a directional Oklahoma State school.
I don't even know what this is in reference to because it was 42 minutes ago. Jay said that might be the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
The rock polishing conversation.
Oh, okay. It is pretty. This one from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Chris, this is from Paul. Are officials being asked to focus on any specific issues this football season? Are there any points of emphasis? If not,
yes,
what would you like to see emphasized in the rule book?
It would be incredibly boring to the layman. This year, I'm going to try to all the funky punt formations that have been out there.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's doing
like
all
we got 3 guys, a center and 2 guards. Mm-hmm. And then everybody's off to the side type of thing. Yeah.
So basically, this year it's a rule change. It's not even a point of emphasis. It's a flat out rule change. Is that in a scrimmage kick formation for a punt, if you have a numbering exception, that's when you can bring in guys with eligible numbers to play guard and tackle because you want to have faster guys run down to cover the kick. If they have to be in a 2-by-2 formation, which means there has to be a center, a guard, and a tackle.
At least 5 guys down.
5 guys in the tackle box. And once the center not addresses the ball, once he stands over the ball, gets near the ball, those guys are locked in right there. Or if you happen to have 3 guys on one side and 1 guy on the other side, and your plan was to shift into that 2x2, once that center stands near the ball, those guys are locked in. And if that guy goes over there, it's an illegal formation. They're trying to clean up all this stuff. Like, remember that crazy one that Kenny Perry came up with where you had the center over there on the hash mark, and the punter by himself, and they had all the guys over here, and then they ran in and they blocked it. They're trying to stop stuff like that. And it's just to keep, because the numbering exceptions allow you to put basically up to 4 guys out there with eligible numbers in ineligible positions. Yeah. So if everything breaks down, their plan is to try to get so much confusion on the field that no one can remember who was an ineligible number and a numbering exception. So that's a main rule change. Here's the other one, and this is fascinating to me. You know, the NFL has the fair catch free kick. High school football and all other states except for Texas have the fair catch free kick, which means if you catch a fair catch on at the 50-yard line, you can immediately call for a fair kick. You can immediately say, we want to do a free kick right now. And you line up in a free kick formation, and like a kickoff, except the fact that instead of a tee, you have a holder. And you can kick off from that point. And if it goes through the uprights, it's 3 points. And that happens. It can happen in the NFL. It can happen in National High School Federation rules. It couldn't happen in NCAA, and there were no rules exceptions for that in Texas. So that's now a rule. And it's going to be very interesting to see how many times that gets done. I mean, I've obviously never been in a game with it, but it can now happen that you can just call for a fair catch at the 50. And if you got a guy that can kick it 65 to 70 yards, take a shot. You might see it at the end of a half or end of a game.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.